Dear colleagues, let's start by introduce our today. Uh, Vladimir Putin spent weekend in Minsk with the 2 days visit into the Belarus. So certainly this is a story of foreign for the international life situation, how the right now we have submit the European Union, which was started after the summit, such as summit of the NATO. Although we must to the thank to say thank the Israel and their leaderships, which accorded the with agree with the stop war, change rocket and air forces is against each other. Um, and the main story for the summit need was 5% of the GDP expenditures. Expenditures. The main story, this is not simply idea of the US President Donald Trump. So the first presidency, Trump had an opinion how the United States paid more money on justice with with the defense and uh, right now, despite the biggest resistance during the first term of the Donald Trump, average average military expenses in the NATO bloc have mm, 2%. But and then uh, uh, and Trump pushed posted the demand to post new news available for the speeches since 2 to 5% immediately. But it was short, but I must to admit the Biden-Harris administration did refuse about this idea to the increasing military boost for the expenditures uh, before 2%. Um, but although the 5% will be short, and NATO countries calculated this story and its idea did not claim biggest protest. Biggest protest due to the Ukraine conflict, long prolongation, continue, etc. And um, is a good idea to reconstruction of NATO weapon, ammunitions, anti-rocket and air defense, and military logistics, etc. And so not amazing how small countries quick high up the military expertise. Estonia, Latvia, and and many of these countries increasing for the 4% even. So, it's not amazing. Then not amazing also. Our countries, those countries and small countries more suffered for the Ukraine stories, especially the Baltic countries. So here, this is we have a phenomenon as people memory. So, actually, Baltic countries have already gained memory, uh, memory for the Soviet invasion and occupation in 1940. It was the thanks the Pact of Ribbentrop. And here the people memory in Guinea of these people, of this country. So the Baltic countries have a population more than 3 million each. Everything. So the Finland have 5 million. Norwegian 5 million. But and so do the. For example, how the during the Second World War, for example, Norway, Norway have resistance against the Nazi occupation or Wehrmacht and Kriegsmarine attack during the 1 month. 1 month, and certainly for the Norwegian leadership understood that the further resistance will be death of all nations, 5 million people. Again, the river is possible to and so I must not tell here by the historical samples that the Ukraine in future will be memory. This is a story during the more than 100 years. This is a story very terrible, and I suggest calls this is a special military operation. After the 1 week, after the start of this, after the very strange story, Bucha, Vasilkov, Makarov, etc. And right now we have a we have a biggest problem. Russia will have problem in economical development, and not amazing how the right now Vladimir Putin almost prepared to the avoid of the 300 billion. This is a story. Certainly will be push Russia to the use the main yuan, Chinese currency. It's also not amazing. And the background of the Russian currency have a strong, have a strong we have due to the globalization of the world financial recession, countries, the partnership of the Russia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan must be adaptation currency system with Russian trade. And we have a two system in Europe, a Russian, Belarusian, and European. And here the very big significance have promised Donald Trump about the guarantee of security of Europe out of the Russian offensive, Russian military. Military. It is very good for the Baltic countries, for example, and something that in the future conflict in Europe, in Eastern Europe, Slovakia, Hungary was with a position as a modern situation Russia and Belarus is not a matter. And here the emergency must be to change and soft position with the relationship with Hungary, for example, to pass in this country Kazakhstanian oil, by the pipeline south branch of the Drop Freundschaft. And the last, we must once more congratulations Israel, and especially the United States, the close one, the hot conflict in the Middle East. So thank you. See you later.